Welcome everyone to Game 3 of Round 8, Wednesday night futsal here in Thomastown. Northern Phoenix against Melbourne Acu. And Phoenix just about to kick things away here for a very high anticipated game. Acu, after their loss last week against Carlton, looking to come back to winning terms. And Phoenix also, their loss against Eastern FC. They also looking to find their first 3 points of this season. Han Solo and Josh here with me. Josh, what's your kind of thoughts on this game? Will Acu, coming from a loss that was very close, do you feel like they're here to win and will dominate over Phoenix, or will Phoenix shut them down?
Well, I think Phoenix are a team that's always underestimated. That's probably because they haven't won a game yet. But really, when they play really well. They got really unlucky last week. They've been unlucky a few times this season. And Phoenix are going to bring it tonight. I'm 100% sure AKU better be on their toes, because if they don't play 100%, this Phoenix team might just sneak one in.
Yeah, you got to be very careful. And there's been a few goalkeeper mistakes in the first 2 games. Will Phoenix capitalise on that? All they're going to do is ensure that they've got players forward and just take shots. I feel like that has worked a lot for the teams that were trailing, and it might work for them tonight. Acu have got a strong form team, a few players coming back as well from not playing in the past couple of weeks. Imi Plaza being one, Eve Kearney also back on the squad, and Diana Costabas. I think she was on the squad list last week but didn't have too much of game time, so they might utilise her more often in this game.
Interesting to see Galena's not starting for Northern Phoenix. That's an interesting development. She's listed, she's on the bench, but she's not starting.
Look how many players are for Phoenix though. You just had the vision there.
That's a free kick, most certainly, surely. Right? Am I wrong?
For Phoenix?
Well, someone had their foot way above like the threshold of where you can put your foot.
Acu's Deborah Borquez got that free kick. And she's in goals for tonight for Acu. And it looks like for Phoenix, Alyssa Iado in red, goalkeeper for Acu, and Sophia Alvarenga on the bench. She could possibly play in the second half, we'll see, or Iomano might play for the entirety of the game. Alessandra from the back, looking to bring that ball forward, so I feel like things are warming up for Acu. They haven't got a few core players that we saw last week, Jessal being one, where they can distribute the ball. Sometimes I feel like the middle part of the court, they've got their ball there, but then the final part, the final third, they just haven't found players. Or the run is not there. I feel like they're just warming up now, Josh.
Well, it's only been 3 minutes in the game, I suppose, and that's all a decent reason to be warming up. But usually AKU are a team, and you're right, that they come straight off the bat and bring their A game, so that's an interesting development there.
Though, this round so far, round 8, first game, Evolution beating Camberfield 6-4. That was a very close game. And then the last game, Preston proving way too strong against Carlton. It was 7-2 in the end, so high scoring against very level teams looking for that second spot, and Preston have made their way up there, and just behind Evolution, still haven't lost a game in this season so far, so 8 wins in a row for Evolution. And then the last game of this round, don't miss it, Fitzroy against Eastern 1-0 FC.
Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting game, particularly if they bring a few of the players, 1-0 that is, that they had last week. They are just absolutely quality, and you watch them and what they're able to do with the ball. Fitzroy better be ready, because I don't think there are any easy games this round.
No easy games whatsoever. And it was 7-4 last week, so 7 goals, a lot of goals, and that's more they've scored in the first 7 rounds, let alone in one game. Eastern FC, definitely keep an eye out for them. And so far in this game, Phoenix still playing the defensive role, not allowing Acu to find easy shots. And they haven't really striked the ball, Acu.
No, they haven't found that opening just yet. And Northern Phoenix, despite sitting, being a bottom dweller, being rock bottom of that ladder, defensively they're not out of this world, but they're on par with Camerfield. They're doing much better than 1-0 FC by about 40 goals conceded. So they're not a team that is struggling on the defense. It's a similar situation to Carlton. It's about finding that attacker who can bring that side of the game as well, because to be a top team you need to have both those facets really of quality.
There's a lot of back and forth play. Yamano throws it long. Whoa! That goes wide to a very lucky Deborah Borges. I think she even got a finger on it. Corner kick for Phoenix. Decides to go. Oh, side ball.
There it is.
Mine.
Oh, it's in!
Phoenix draws first blood here. And it was just kind of an error in the defensive part for Acu, but nonetheless, this whole round has really just come from situations like that. Just balls making its way to the back of the net, no matter how they make it go there. Look at this. First touch, and I think it was just a slot through. Deborah Borges, by the time she found out what was happening, it already made its way there.
It's all with that throw in quickly, in a position that's so difficult for the goalkeeper. That is exactly what Phoenix need to start this game, and AKU, they might be shivering at the moment.
And so far, you've got to really take those chances on, and Annabelle Merjanos is in the right position. Just pressure the keeper. Draw in the mistake, draw in the keeper to really keep them on their toes and be unpredictable, and that's what she did there.
Galena's come on now for Northern Phoenix, so they go up by a goal. Oh my goodness! Wow. That would have been a goal of epic proportions. She struck that so well.
Phoenix, this is what they need to do. They need to be aggressive on the ball, and it's worked well for them. They've shaken up Acu right now. They look like almost like a better team with that confidence. I think they've got it in their minds, in their ability to play a game against Acu. Look how they move again. The shutdown on the pass through the middle. But Acu still managed to get that ball back. Raymer runs out of bounds. Ooh. Oh, unlucky there, but that just kind of hit it. Corner kick. Shut down, second opportunity. Amano held her ground in the near post. Didn't let that slip through.
Tell you what, AKU aren't afraid to shoot, and they've shown it. They're pretty trigger happy after a pretty dull offensive 3 minutes from them. And earlier on we were saying they hadn't shot the ball. Now they can't do anything but shoot it. That one just knocks into the back of the net. Unfortunately, didn't touch anyone. Doesn't count.
Acu, risky play in their defensive half. Forward pressure coming from Northern Phoenix. Ball goes out of bounds, throw in. Ioannidis. Phoenix still keeps it into play. Chance here for Phoenix. Oh, so close. They're taking a lot more shots than Acu. They're still in the lead right now. And it is intercepted side ball, so the ball still remains in Phoenix's forward half.
Galena's come on and she's proved to be just a menace at the moment. She's just finding the space, she's shooting the ball. It was quite unfortunate not to knock that one in the back of the net, but if she gets it again, watch out.
Battle it now, ball goes back to Parthamos.
We don't have a most improved player, do we, as an award?
There should be.
They should. I think they should scrap best and fairest, and
Most
best
improved.
and fairest and MVP is the same thing, really. What even is best or fairest award? Get a most improved, and it should go to Galena. I can't believe just how good she is this season compared to last season. She is another level.
It could go to anyone. You really have a contender of players that have improved throughout the season, and yeah, Galena is up there, and there's so many other players that stepped up to the plate, especially for Phoenix, especially teams that started out as, you know, an okay team, but then each week they just improve again and again. And you could feel that presence of them knowing that they want to improve. They don't want to be the same team week in, week out, and each week they want to make sure that they're on target or shooting at a range. Oh, speaking of which, just making sure that they create those opportunities. So Phoenix being a team like that, each player is on their permanent squad list. We haven't seen, you know, just one turning up and never seeing them again. Every player have been on their list week in, week out.
Absolutely, and I think that you should honour the players that have improved. That should be something that this league aspires to do. You know, hey, you started here, but we're growing. You know, it's all about growth and development. And you know what? There's not one team in this league who have shown growth and development like Northern Phoenix.
I'm just going to stop you right there. We'll take a short time out. More action to come straight after this.
That wicked left foot to it, Amanda Araha. Sharifi 1-on-1 versus Layla. What a goal! Amina Sharifi nails it. Absolute belter from Amina Sharifi.
Again, similar to Emily Costa's goal, just that relief of emotion. Look at this. She lines up, takes a really nice look at the far corner and slots it to the back of the net.
Scoppolides looking to come back on for Campbellfield. Nice ball to Aaron Fung. What a goal! An absolute belter! Aaron Fung with a screamer. Campbellfield go 3-1 up. My word, Alex.
And De Moraes there, beautiful ball, and unfortunately for Carlton, they just switched off at the wrong time. Aaron Fung
And we are back. A timeout there called by Northern Phoenix. Just under 11 minutes remaining in this half. They are leading against Melbourne ACU. Annabelle Monjana scoring the first goal of this game so far in the set piece there. Very close one, but a good save coming from Deborah Borquez. A throw in. Phoenix still keeps it into play, but runs out of bounds. This game so far could go any way because ACU still haven't really found a way to find opportunities forward. They're losing the ball too easily in the back end, and Phoenix just applying that pressure and their confidence in this game. You really see it on the court. Josh, do you feel like it could be a winner for Phoenix, their first one?
I don't want to even be the person who could possibly jinx that. I have no comment whatsoever because it's such a big game for them, and they're leading 1-0 against a great opposition. But it's going to take more than one goal. I don't think you see many teams win on a 1-0 basis. It's just so rare. So they need to score a couple more. It's just normal.
As Nguyen just gets shut down there, and now Vandenberg tries to find the pass through to Francesca Iomano, who makes her debut here for ACU. A recruitment that has taken them to new heights. And Josh, promising signs for ACU, as well as we've got another star player joining the squad. Zali Vandenberg being one, which has already made an impact in a game. I think she scored about 2 or 3 goals last week. And we'll see how new recruitment, a new player, Francesca Iamano, coming on the squad as well for hopefully the season.
Very big signing, and we were speaking about that last game, of what she can bring. And if I'm not mistaken, she's a WA League player.
Yeah, I think she just got signed for Western United, but I feel like she's warming up to futsal. The first game, you're in a new environment, you're playing with players or against players that already played futsal. They know the dynamic, they know the rules, they know the chemistry. Coming on, I feel like you need a game in it to get the feel of it, and once you know the rules, you know the feel of it, that's when you can bring out your skill and your talent.
I think you have a really good point there. It's a different game. It is not football, it's futsal. And that, what an absolutely phenomenal save.
Iamano, when she's on, she is unstoppable. Iamano really keeps Phoenix in the game on so many occasions. And if she's warmed up and she's having a good game, I don't think we need to bring her off. I know Sofia Alvarenga is kitted up. She's ready to go in case they need her in the second half. But as a keeper, many times you just need to keep her on. And Mejanos, I think she's looking for a second. As Aku looking to bring that ball forward, and a terrific defensive work coming from Phoenix, just not allowing that shot taken, and just whips it over the crossbar.
I'll tell you what, that's her second shot in about 30 seconds, Iamano. That is going to be, you're going to have to watch her if you're Phoenix. You need someone marking at all times. If that's what she's doing, if she's getting that much space. Not often are players getting that many opportunities.
Phoenix doing the smart thing, getting the side ball, but is it going to be a long ball? A lot of Aku players there in the mix. And Rayma just did enough there. Got her body on the line. Wind of side ball. Risky pass. And in the end, I don't think sorry. Alessandra got them in the mix, but Phoenix, this is a very different team that I've seen. As you thinking about development of particular players, this team has developed from game one of this season to now.
As a futsal club, they've developed like no other, and we need to applaud them for that. They're just, the team cohesion they've brought, the management, the social media is also very good.
Since Aku come on board, they've changed it. You give the team new kits, you give them exposure, and they're an entirely different team. They've taken on board, which is so good to see. As they're on the movement, they've got a few players forward, but the defensive work coming from Aku once again just did enough there, and Deborah Borquez able to collect that ball, and now they can go on the counter-attack.
Oh, she saved it.
And a second opportunity for Aku wasn't there, but Alyssa Iado, she's just everything at the moment.
Yeah, she really is a keeper that saves some impossible shots at times. And Phoenix need that in this game. If they want to get it as their first, you've got to be on your ball.
Vanderberg lays it off. Chance here. Back post! How did that not get in?
Oh, I don't believe that. I really can't. I'm on the edge of my seat. I was certain that was a goal, and it's just slid past the left-hand side of that post ever so slightly. Like, it's less than millimeters.
Carla D'Alessandro being in a really good position, just unable to compose herself. Aku just on a little bit of the back foot. They've just hasn't had that connection or the gaming style that we normally see, especially last week. They've really got to step it up. They've have to play simple futsal, not overcomplicate. I feel like they're under pressure. They're down 1 goal, 5 minutes to go in this half. Still haven't scored one. The pressure is higher for them than Phoenix. Phoenix is the underdogs. They're whatever win they get, or little wins, they're just happy about it. They're not really overcomplicating it, and they're just applying so much pressure against Aku right now. As Rayma can go all the way, saved there by Alyssa Iado once again, here to save the day.
I'll tell you what though, Northern Phoenix, be worried, because the chances that Melbourne AKU were getting this half, there was going to be a goal. They are going to score a goal. Mark my words. There will be a gargantuan victory for Northern Phoenix if Melbourne AKU don't score with the chances they're getting. So they need to shut that down.
If they still keep it at 1-0 coming into the halftime break, this is going to be the best half we've ever seen them play in the history of Northern Phoenix.
That's a bold statement.
It is well, tell me another half that they've played.
Well, it won't be that.
Commentators curse. ACU went, no way that this is going to be the best because it's now equal 1-1.
Look, we knew that something was going to slip through. Unfortunately, it's off the foot of the defender of Northern Phoenix. That's just so unfortunate. It just slots past it right in that way. This is where, if Northern Phoenix really want it, really want it, this is where they'll have to show up. They have to not let that bother them. Continue playing how they were playing. They weren't playing bad. They were playing very, very good. It's just AKU's offense is always going to be there. They're a great offensive arsenal.
So go again, ACU. Parthamos from all the way back, decides to strike it. Counter-attack is on. Oh! Northern Phoenix take the lead once more. What a cracking shot. Let's watch that once more.
I cannot believe that. Just the goal you have to shoot that ball into the top corner like that. That is ridiculous. There's not going to be a goal better than that this month. I swear to you, that is ridiculous.
And while watching the replay, we may have just seen...
No, that was a save.
Was that a save?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was a goal.
Do you know what? I'll say this. After that goal, if you want to call it the best half they've ever had, uh-oh.
Lucy Raymer, she's not messing about. Where was Phoenix's defense? Nonetheless, goal and a response from ACU. They are not allowing Phoenix to score anymore. They are here. They've warmed up with just 2 minutes to go. There's just been so quick play. We can't even show you a replay because we're probably going to miss another goal.
Unbelievable.
God damn, that was the best 2 minutes of play we've seen in this round. How do you go from one end to the next in so quick procession?
I really wish there was a camera on us because I was actually on my knees, just with my hands on my head at that first goal, and then all of a sudden AKU score. It's just both teams showing us that, hey, we're both. You're not going to be able to pick this. We're both in here for the fight. That's ridiculous.
I thought the last game, Carlton-Preston, was a game of the round.
Ooh.
I wouldn't predict this was going to be as close as we anticipated. But Phoenix have stepped up to the plate and they've just had that hunger in them. And the counter is on. Oh, and the trip is on also. But no foul given.
I think that was clean on the ball, if I'm honest. And camera's turned away. Is she okay? She's out of our view. We can't see her on any of our cameras at all.
And we've got a few of people.
She hit the canvas hard. No, don't get me wrong.
It's
no.
a hard surface.
Hold on, is she okay? Uh-oh. I just saw Majanos have her hands on her face. I don't know if this is good. I think this is actually... Oh, no. Oh, no.
She did hit the floor quite hard.
Yeah,
Let's just watch that again.
You can't see it on camera. Everyone's hands... Oh no. Everyone's hands are on their head. I really hope that everything is okay and the camera is still away from them.
So we've got a hard knock, and with those situations, because you're going at such a fast speed, you've got really nothing to help you with the safe landing. You don't have time. But looks like she is up.
She's walking. She can step on her feet. That's a really good sign. There's no broken legs. So that's a good sign. I don't think she'll play the rest of the game.
It could just be the impact. I feel like the initial impact, sometimes you're a bit... You really don't know what's happened. It happens so quick and, you know, you're there with the quick response. But we'll see. Hopefully that's not the end, but
Yeah, look, everyone's, when you were watching on the other cameras that the audience couldn't see, there was a few players who had their hands, on their face and looked in a little bit of distress, and so it was, we can't actually get we'll get a confirmation on what exactly happened.
Right, Costa, he's on board
Yeah.
down there and
Just
on
to
the
make sure,
sidelines.
just to make sure everything's okay,
Let's play on, continue. Very high scoring affair in the last 3 minutes of this half. Neve Kearney and Lucy Ramos scored for Acu, and Annabelle Merjanos opening and closing the deadlock, scoring Phoenix's first goal, and then Stephanie Panzalopoulos scoring the second, and chance here for Phoenix. That was a good foot in there as Yamano just takes a strike, ball goes wide. And quick throw out. Galena still battles it up. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to be an Acu ball. 30 seconds to go in this half, and this is a small win for Phoenix. They're coming in being level against Acu. And they've got still plenty of players on their squad list, and Alyssa Iado playing one of the best games we've seen, stopping a lot of goals from potentially coming in. So I would keep her on if I was the coach of Phoenix. And countdown is on. Phoenix has just got to hold it for the next 4 seconds, and this might just be the last passage of play. There it is, the whistle. There's a halftime break, 2-2 here in Thomastown. We'll take a short break, plenty to come straight after this. And slotted to the back in the net.
Scopolides looking to come back on for Campbellfield. Nice ball to Aaron Fung. What a goal! An absolute belter! Aaron Fung with a screamer. Campbellfield go 3-1 up. My word, Alex.
And Demara's there, beautiful ball, and unfortunately for Carlton, they just switched off at the wrong time. Aaron Fung.
That wicked left foot to it, Amanda Araha. Sharifi 1-on-1 versus Layla. What a goal! Amina Sharifi nails it. Absolute belter from Amina Sharifi.
Again, similar to Emily Costa's goal, just that relief of emotion. Look at this, she lines up, takes a really nice look at the far corner and slots it to the back in the net.
Scopolides looking to come back on for Campbellfield. Nice ball to Aaron Fung. What a goal! An absolute belter! Aaron Fung with a screamer. Campbellfield go 3-1 up. My word, Alex.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Phoenix against ACU for round 8 of the Series Futsal Victoria Women's League. 2-2 here. And so far, it's been a very, very close encounter. Very quick goals in the last 4 minutes of the first half. 23 minutes is going to be the difference between a win and a loss. Hansel and Josh here with you all. Again, Josh, what a game.
Oh, it's been absolutely up and down. One of the most sensational goals you'll ever see, followed by 2 commentator curses as AKU equalised 2-2. I don't know who's going to win this game. I don't think you know. I don't think anyone knows. You just have to watch because both teams are giving it all.
Absolutely. And Phoenix, they were off to a terrific start, just really not allowing ACU to find easy goals, even though Zali Vandenberg just took a strike there. And it looks like a lot of people have stayed back in the crowd to watch this game too. It's a huge crowd. Everyone's just showing their support for ACU and for Phoenix. And it's a good night. Everyone's out. It's warm weather. It's balmy. I feel like spring is upon us. Oh, almost an own goal. Got to be careful in the back line there, Phoenix. But do you feel like people are more wanting to be out because it's warmer weather, where the last couple of weeks it's just been so cold? All you want to do is sit at home and watch futsal on Wednesday. Yeah,
it's been pretty warm winter. It's still winter though, and now coming into spring, coming into summer, this is the time you just want to get out, watch some futsal. That's what you want to do on a nice spring night. And I think later on in the year, daylight savings will come, and it will be lighter for longer. Or have I got that completely backwards?
It will be lighter for longer, yes.
Hell
but there's no windows in the court, so you can't tell. There used to be...
Yeah, but you know what? It's a mental thing. It's a mental... Sometimes you see it's dark outside. You're like, I just don't want to drive. I'm gonna tune in.
It's too late.
Online. Yeah, 100%, you know? And so I think we'll get that definitely in-house audience a lot more.
Absolutely. And a lot of back and forth play in this game, and Phoenix finding some way through, but looks like ACU are, well, kind of disciplined in the back line, just not allowing any easy balls through. Parthamos always have her eye on the ball. She's like a brick wall, very hard to pass. We're going to keep our eye on her as ACU gets the side ball.
Oh. Surely!
Oh!
That won't count if it goes in.
Absolutely not, because Deborah Borquez had the ball, and she's going to just... Where is she going? She's having a word with the referee.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
That is surely a free kick for her.
You have to call that earlier. You have to protect the goalkeeper. That's the situation that you have to protect the goalkeeper, because you could get hurt so easily. Your head is so close to the ball. You have to call that straight away.
Like, as a striker, obviously you do what you can, but you also have to know the rules. If the keeper's got the ball in their 2 hands, gloves, whatever it is, you just have to let it go and let the keeper collect it. If you're going to kick it out of their hand, that's going to go against you.
Sometimes you're in the heat of the moment. I understand that too, and that's why it's the referee's job to mediate that. She didn't go up to the striker, the attacker. She went to the referee straight away because, like, call it. Call the thing.
Deborah Borquez, you rarely see her get upset about anything, but with something that goes against her like that, yeah, she's going to, you know, protest about it. I would too, and I'm sure a lot of goalkeepers would. We've moved on now, and still no goals scored in this second half. 2-2. And yet a lot of back and forth play. Did see a hard knock earlier from Phoenix. What was that a call was about? A push in the back or an elbow in the back?
Not too sure. It was called, I would say, a little bit late.
It's a wild shot wide. So Phoenix still haven't won a game in the season, but this could be one of their best shots, an opportunity to get their first win. Could be a game changer for them as a save from Iardo. Outstretched, just perfect timing there. And a foul going against ACU. And Phoenix gets another free kick.
Good thing you love to see Alvarenga on the bench there after she Urana made that save. You can just see her pumping up and just screaming and giving that heartbeat to her teammate. That's what you love to see. But a team is so just... They love each other as teammates. Do you know what I mean? You can really tell.
This ball intercepted. Still ball for Aku, and I think the coaches made the right decision to keep Alyssa Iado in the goal position for Phoenix, and that was a strike there. Not bad at all. You've got to really make those smart decisions. If, for example, you took Alyssa off and then Sophia Alvarenga comes in and tries to step it up, it's a big shoes to fill.
Well, also when you're playing well and you get taken off, you kind of think to yourself, well, what did I do wrong?
Exactly. Yeah.
You want to keep that momentum, that positive energy going through.
There's a foul there, committed by Evangelia Parthamos. What happened there? Was it too late?
No, I think they have to move that goal, and so they'll have to retake it. Correct? Yeah, you should have just done that before you called the whistle. Interesting.
Very interesting. One referee is not communicating with the other, and Aku might be upset because if this results in a goal...
Oh, there'll be protest, all right.
It'll be the same flow. Straight into the wall.
There
Chance
it is.
again. Saved there by Borquez. Long throw.
Still no Leonidas coming back in. I have confirmation that she's not seriously injured, so that's a positive. You don't want anyone hurt.
That was a huge knock too, so...
You'd hope she comes back in. I want to see her come back in because she's just one of those players who's such an offensive threat.
Yeah, well, she could just not take a risk and go, look, you've got plenty on the bench. I can sub myself off, and if you desperately need me for anything, then yes, I'll come on. But I feel like they don't need her that much, and she could rest off the remainder of the game and not risk any further injury. Raymer brings the ball to ground. Chance here. Lucy Raymer gets her second of the game. What a terrific strike. And now Aku in the lead.
She just stepped through that ball. Just look at the way she hits it with like such power. She got a lot of space there with that left foot at back. Kind of romper stomped it right to the back of the net.
Passes two defenders. That was terrific.
Gonna love
Terrific.
view here of Borquez just hanging out.
That's right. You don't
Oh,
often get that vision. Just pressing the wrong button, but
It's free airtime, you know what I mean?
I love it. There should be more of that. Different camera angles. Raymer once more. The pass gets intercepted. It's going to go back to Deborah Borquez. I love the multi-camera vision.
You know what they say, any publicity is good publicity. So there you go, get that free publicity.
Which is not on the ball.
Not on the ball at all.
Oh!
No way!
That just hit the
Unbelievable.
post.
It looked like it went in.
It did look like we went in, and Merjanos, she had her first goal that was so good. She's looking for another chance of being goal of the week once more.
Unbelievable. I'm going to check that back.
We don't have a close contact kind of vision of it, but I feel like the ball has to be entirely over the line, but to have to hit the post and out again, that's probably not possible.
That's what I'm thinking, but it just... Okay, I don't think it went in. But
It hit, like the netting moved, got rattled there, but that's a thing about it. There's about 13 minutes remaining in this game, and Phoenix have called a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll see you right after this.
Beautiful ball, and unfortunately for Carlton, they just switched off at the wrong time. Aaron Fung.
back. There was a timeout called by Northern Phoenix. They're just trailing by 1 goal. It's 2-3 here at Series Futsal Arena in Thomastown. Game 3 of round 8. Anyone's game at the moment, and Phoenix did call that timeout, and coach manager Nicholas Parthamos may have some game plan or some switch up to make a possible change, because they've worked so hard here, but they just haven't managed to find the back of the net in the second half, where Acu have managed to kind of slip its way through, and the goal from Lucy Raymer was terrific. Hansel and Josh here. Josh, this is a game that I reckon Phoenix will remember.
Hopefully for the right reasons, and there's a lot of time still left. They've been, I wouldn't even call it fortunate, they've almost hit that top corner twice. It seems unfortunate they haven't got another one. If they do the same thing they've done all game, I think they can really equalise this. I wouldn't put them out just yet.
Goals are really hard to come by. You know, we've only seen the one in the second half, and it's already halfway through. And Phoenix just got to feed it off. I mean, Merjanos has been on fire, and a couple other players as well. If you just kind of feed off to them, they can really finish the game. But Acu, other way around, I mean, Lucy Raymer have got her kicking boots on, already scoring 2. She steps it up, but those passes got to be pin perfect. The counter is on, but back and forth play. I feel like these two teams, even though they're different on the ladder, are very equal in terms of the stats and the way they play and the game style that they play as well. It's like an Acu derby. I just forgotten about it.
An Acu derby? No, we can't say an Acu derby.
Is there any other teams that have Acu?
That rep Acu? Oh. Cambo? No.
No.
Well, I feel, honestly, if it's an Acu derby, I'd feel a little bit upset that Northern Phoenix have the best kids in the league. and you made that for them.
Yeah, I feel like these are the only two teams that have Acu kits on them in this season.
I wouldn't call it an Acu derby, just to be fair to Northern Phoenix, you know. They want to have their own identity beyond the kit.
It's a good colour though.
Which one?
Is it teal? What colour would you call that?
The specific colour, I'd have to get my colour wheel. There's like...
Alright, you get your colour wheel out.
How many colours are there?
That boundary line, I've seen a lot of action the entire night. Layla Abdul-Latif did in the first game against Evolution, just hugging that boundary just right in front of the stands. The fans are just seeing all the action unfold in front of them. They can see it all. Phoenix using different directions. They're moving the ball back when there's nothing forward. Acu got a few players forward, but look at the movement from Acu. They're really not letting a player loose, even though Raymer is on her own asking for the ball. Shanley still got it. Alana Shanley.
Tried to bully her way through.
Yeah, she did. There's Raymer. Got Iamano on her right. But 2 players that she's got to pass through and gets her team a corner kick.
Just an interesting fact. There's over 10 million colours.
Oh dear.
So
a lot of shades of bold colours. 10 million?
10 million, yeah. You might have to... It might be a while before we actually identify the colour of Northern Phoenix's kit.
Oh my goodness. It's probably like 1 million shades of grey. Not just 50 million.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of colours.
And
there it is!
Acu gets their 4th of the night, and it's just from a scrimmage. Just really unpredictable play. Just chaos play, and this is how you have to get goals like this. The ball slots through, and the keeper, Iado, just couldn't get onto it, but Acu, that's how they score goals, just from chaos plays.
It was a bit of a scramble there. That's just so unfortunate. You in those situations, it's so hard to keep your cool, you know, trying to stop that ball. Now it's 4-2. It's a big stretch to come back. 8 minutes left. They're going to need a wonder goal.
I'm talking about Iamano. It came to my head because that's who was in the D there. Scoring her first on her debut for Series Futsal Victoria, and she just had to be in the right spot at the right time. She haven't scored much from being a long range, but she just had to be loose there, and that's where Aki got the upper hand. She was just lurking there in the last couple of minutes, and it just had to be that golden opportunity. And Shanley looking to strike that ball once again. 4-2, is it a hard one, Josh, or can they come back and fight for the equaliser?
It's a hard one. I don't make no mistake, but it's possible. You know, 2-goal lead is always the worst lead to have in terms of leads. You know, you might get complacent. You know, it just takes 1 goal back to get that momentum going. So it's all about keeping the momentum for yourself, not making any silly mistakes, and you should have it in the bag. But this Northern Phoenix team, they know how to cause chaos.
They sure do. And Aki was in a similar position against Carlton last week where they were in the lead until the last minute or so.
Is that Ianitas back on?
I think it might be. So it looks like she is okay. Did have a really heavy knock earlier on in the first half, and looks like she's back on board. And yeah, good signs.
Going back to what you said, bring me on if you need me. They need her right now, more than ever. 2 goals. She's a player who can do it. You know, there's not many players that just stun you with how good they are. She's one of them.
There's other players also that's got to step it up for Phoenix. But speaking of which, Zali Vandenberg just stepped it up for Aku, scoring their 3rd of the half. What a terrific goal. And you talk about it time and time again, the runs from the right-hand flank. The ball was just pin perfect. All Zali had to do was just make sure that the connection from the boot to ball is with force and with accuracy, and that's what she did.
The accuracy on that was incredible. Like, that was to hit that ball into that bottom corner from that distance on that kind of angle. She might do it again here. That's for the other one. You know, that is some serious accuracy.
Well, and Alyssa Iado, she's done a tremendous performance so far, you know, in this game. There's just goals like that coming towards your way that there's really nothing much you can do about it. So Zali Vandenberg. Great recruitment coming from the Aku side. Oh, wow, just passes two.
No.
Can't you finish? Oh, that would have been terrific.
She hit, then she missed.
Damn, yeah.
It really was a damn moment. Oh, yeah, 100%. She did everything right. And they
Absolutely solo effort, just passes 1, passes 2. Oh, just kicked it wide. She overdid it. She went, I think that's enough for me.
all she needed was the satisfaction of getting through, you know what I mean? And then she's like, this is too boring.
What
I'll
she
kick it.
She should have done is bring the keeper forward and do it again the 3rd time.
3 times
Can
a
you
charm,
imagine?
that's what they say.
Oh, she went back in time and went, I'll pass 1, pass another, and then I'll pass the keeper.
Oh, they just passed straight through Catherine Ianides.
Aku. Ball turnover once more. Referee saw it all unfold, and it's going to be a Phoenix throw-in or kick-in. 5 minutes remaining, 3 goals to equalise, but can't just kick it straight into Imi Plaza or throw it straight into Imi Plaza. Long throw-in. Turn occur, sure can, but shots go wide. But the crowd, I think they're really loving it. There's so many people still hanging around. They're waiting for the next game. Potentially it's Fitzroy and Eastern 1-0 FC, the last game to close up round 8.
That is going to be an absolute banger. How good was it? Finally, maybe we can finally get, 1-0 going up 1-0. So we can finally say, hey, they're up 1-0.
Josh.
I think
I'll give that to you. I will
I
hand
think
that over to you.
I think the boss has just texted me, and I think I just lost my job.
I'm going to hand that straight to you. I'm not going to, no comment over here. That would just be your clip. You'll just have that in your history.
Oh, no.
Let's push in the back there from Alana Shanley. Free kick given to Aku. A lot of fouls. I mean, it feels like there's a lot of fouls, but
Well, there are a lot of fouls.
there are a lot.
it
But I
doesn't
feel like there's more. Oh,
Really? That's
Zali
interesting.
Vandenberg. She kicks it straight into the keeper. Good positioning from Iado.
They're going to need one within the next minute if they want a chance in this game.
Sure do, and well, still no VAR called in this round so far. I think no one, they've just really slowed it down.
Yeah, maybe there hasn't been
There-
such a use in
Yeah,
this.
which is all. Yeah, you kind of let it go on, really. You're like, okay, that might be a 50-50 call, but are we willing to waste another X amount of minutes to go back and look at it? I feel like a lot of managers or players are now are really using it unless it's like a very close game, and it might, like, if it impacted in a goal, then yes, you would. But if it's just for something very simple, you're like, well, why would we want to waste time?
I think it's also for the players. They just want to probably continue with the game at points too. That, yeah, there's VAR calls imported, but you know, I think we've spoken about this a lot. Michael's even suggested they get cold. You know what I mean? When you're not playing, you get cold and you don't move as well. You want to continue that momentum.
Absolutely, and there was a round where it happened every single half. Like, it was every game, every half, sometimes twice a half because each team gets one each. So, and then by the time you play the last game, it's the time, not wasted, but the time kind of overlaps and then kind of moves on, and the last game suffers because you're starting later.
We've definitely had a game, a night where we've had a game's worth of VAR. I don't know, I'm guaranteed.
Long throw from Borquez. He's got in the way. He's going to go back to the defense of Aku. And stop clock territory going on, and looks like Aku's got it in the bag. Handball not called. This is a round where I feel like the referees haven't called a lot of handballs.
It's interesting you wouldn't go to VAR for that. You get the ball back.
True, but then again, it was where, you know, you would contest it, you just move on to the next play, really. I think Phoenix knows that it's not going to really advance them in any way, so just let the play continue. Needies. So Rayma's back on board.
Which really is one of the reasons that AKU managed to turn this around and take a dominant strangle on Northern Phoenix.
Absolutely, she's just the presence of her and the style that she plays as well. And Neve Kearney, I haven't played too much for Aku, but when she does be on the court, she's just so underrated. So a lot of Aku players playing their role. We're just a bit worried at the first half where they couldn't score any, but when they did, it's kind of really opens up more of their ball movement forward. But Phoenix, they're still in it. Minute 20, it's not the end yet.
It would be that would be a very amazing game if they managed to turn it around 3 goals with a minute 18 left. But we've seen crazier things in this world.
I'm sure haven't I? She's just come on court. She's still got plenty of gas in the tank. I think that break that she had, like the medical break that she had, given her a lot of energy now. It's a good corner. Starbus to Kearney. No one there to collect for Aku.
Ooh.
Bit of fancy footwork coming from Kalina. Back to Kearney. Can she strike it? Deflection coming there. Did it go in the end?
It did.
Let's see if we can watch a replay. Who did it bounce off last? It was Kearney here and Carla D'Alessandro lurking there. And yeah, slotted it in the near post.
That's the nail. All right, that'll kill the game.
They worked so hard there, and all it took, it was just a loose play, a chaos play once again. They've just scored from unfortunate kind of deflections or balls that just really didn't intend, but you got to be in that position.
It has been an unfortunate engagement for Northern Phoenix at the moment.
Long throw, 38 seconds to go. And a save from Iardo. Starbus wants to be in the action. Corner kick for Acu. Can they score another?
It's important to think of next week. Northern Phoenix have Carlton, then AKU have Fitzroy.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, wait, I hope that. Yeah, that is next
Is that
week.
the right round?
That is the right round. Don't mind me.
First game too. So Fitzroy Acu, first game of round 9. Get out of the bag. Don't have to wait all night for it. And then same as Northern Phoenix. They've got 8 p.m. So they've got really good times for those games.
It's a superb round. I mean, then Preston Evolution.
Oof.
So that's a superb round.
It's actually a very good round.
But of course you can't not add 1-0 in Camberfield, and that'll be a good game.
I feel like the way that the season and the teams are going, I feel like almost every round, especially coming out of this game, will be amazing to watch.
I do feel the ladder is just a bit, it's a bit, doesn't tell the full truth of the league right now with Evolution on the top clear. That's not the case. They're not a team that is unbeatable by any metric. There's a lot of teams that can really come up and get them.
Who will get them? Well, we'll have to keep watching futsal, and that's the final whistle of this game. Melbourne Acu dominating in the second half, manages to get 3 goals to get them on the upper hand of Phoenix. 5-2 in the end here. We'll take a break and a star interview coming right after this.
That wicked left foot to it, Amanda Araha. Sharifi 1-on-1 versus Layla. What a goal! Amina Sharifi nails it. Absolute belter from Amina Sharifi.
Again, similar to Emily Costa's goal, just that relief of emotion. Look at this, she lines up, takes a really nice look at the far corner and slots it to the back of the net.
Scopolides looking to come back on for Campbellfield. Nice ball to Aaron Fung. What a goal! An absolute belter! Aaron Fung with a screamer. Campbellfield go 3-1 up. My word, Alex.
And De Moraes there, beautiful ball, and unfortunately for Carlton, they just switched off at the wrong time. Aaron Fung.
Back. I'm here with Lucy Raymo. Really awesome game you guys played, and it was just, honestly, Northern Phoenix had you at the start. You managed to turn it around with a really big goal. It was an absolute wonder strike into the bottom corner. I think that put you in the lead for the first time. Just tell me about that feeling.
Oh man, I knew we were all like, we really wanted to get this win, especially after last week, and so I think we all had that bit of fire once we drew, and I was like, he's got to do more than that. So we really put it in the back of the net, really put the hard effort in, but yeah, it took us a little while to wake up, which was a bit yeah, but we move on.
Yeah, we mentioned that usually AKU, you are a team that just, from the get-go, you used to just snap into it. And today you were a little bit slow, but you got back there, you got it in the end. You're coming up against a team that's not the same as they have been in previous seasons. How difficult were they for you?
I think there was a combination of things that made it difficult. I mean, of course, they're like improving team each week. They're getting better. We got new players coming in. Fatigue from work and stuff like that. That all comes into play. But I think at the end of the day, we just got to focus on what we've been training on, and really trying to put it into our game so we can keep improving.
At the moment, I think you guys are just sitting below that top 4 position. It's not where I would have expected you at the start of the season. I really was one who thought AKU would be top 3 at the moment. Obviously, there's been very challenging games, and the league has improved instrumentally. But just tell me, where is AKU going forward from this win? You obviously have the quality, and who are you playing next week? I just said it on the stream. Fitzroy. It's a difficult game, but you're not beside yous.
Yeah. Look, I think we're just going to keep improving, keep working on what we need to work on, really focus on what we need to do, not worry about what other teams are doing, especially with a team like a league that's growing so much. I think just need to focus what we need to do, move forward, sort of thing. Yeah.
Last question. I mean, you got new players in. I think Imano is a new player. What is it like having a player of her quality come into the team? Do you take tips from her? Just what do you try and get out of her? What information?
Oh man, it's great having her. I noticed just a couple of times we were able to string passes together. She just slots straight in. It's fantastic. So we'll just really bounce with each other and see how we go. But yeah, it's fantastic having her on the team. So, yeah.
Well, awesome. I mean, we'll get to that last game. Oh my God, it's gone. The night's gone so quickly. It goes so quickly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Soon we'll have to go back to this all over again next week. But we'll get into that last game. Lucy Rama, Joshua Fusco, sick interview.
Awesome.